walk to any one of these stores here, man, and buy a gun anywhere. Any one of these little corner stores. That's how easy you can get one.
Yeah. So the guns just everywhere. Everybody know where to get them?
Everybody know where to get them at. Everybody know where to get them at. Police know where they at.
No one knows for sure just how many guns are on the streets of Chicago. Police can only say how many they've taken off the streets. 8,000 of them in 2016. But shootings were still up that year, way up. More than 4,000 people shot, nearly 700 dead. Someone is shot in this city almost every other hour.
Was there ever a moment where you fear for your own life?
Shit, every day, today. Sitting right here right now.
Neil Snowden and Jamel Lloyd grew up in Inglewood on the south side of Chicago, a community with an unemployment and poverty rate twice the city's average, where homicide rates doubled last year, and at least 15 people have been killed so far this year.
When was the first time you picked up a gun?
Probably like 10. Trying to be like everybody else, that nice people with the nice stuff that I see with the gun.
Yeah.
And I saw why they needed the gun, so I felt I needed one.
And a gun is an easy way to make yourself popular?
Why not?
That's what everybody look up to, the person with the gun.
The person who can do them, that's a form of power.
Around here, you ain't nobody till you kill somebody.
Do you get the sense that growing up in this community that you were pulled into the street, called into the street?
It was like, if I do it, if I go hard in the street, if I be popular, it'd be less likely for my brothers to do it. I do enough crime for all of us.
In neighboring Auburn Gresham, 27 people were killed last year, at least 14 this year.
I love you, baby.
Joe Washington grew up on these streets. He survived being shot 6 times. A former gang member and convicted felon, he's now trying to stop kids from turning to violence.
When we came along, it wasn't like, shooting from across the street. It was, you get your man, or whatever. That's how I came along.
Now it's a little more indiscriminate.
They shooting from way over there and they hitting innocent people, man. It's crazy.
Boy, stop.
With thousands of guns on the streets, individual disputes turn deadly fast, leaving entire neighborhoods in Chicago trapped in a bloody cycle of retaliation. One of these disputes started 2 years ago in August. A gang member was found shot in his car. Retribution came in October. A rival gang member shot in a drive-by. His mother was left badly injured. In the retaliation shooting for that, a 19-year-old girl was killed in the crossfire. And then, Trymaine Lee.
Rob and Allison, police in the community say this is a new low for the city.
Trymaine Lee was 9 years old.
9 years old?
9 years old. And then got caught up with his daddy's activities, in the streets. And, that was a new kind of killing to me, as far as somebody killing a kid like that.
Trymaine Lee was deliberately targeted. He was lured into an alleyway and executed. In retribution, his father allegedly shot 3 people.
So how many of those do we have in the neighborhood where you have this one situation that's a stream of 6 shootings? How many other streams of beef do you have?
We have, right now I can count that we do have like 4 that's going on, 4 that we keeping our pulse on. It's 4 situations that's really hot that can blow up any minute.
Even if the guns are here, someone has to pull the trigger. And our job is to get them not to pick the gun up.
Autry Phillips runs Target Area Redevelopment. Among their missions, putting former gang members in outreach programs to try to stop violence on the streets.
In this neighborhood of Englewood and Auburn Gresham and spots across the city, there's great need, right? These communities have been depleted for a long time. Some would say starved, right?
Yeah.
What do the communities actually need?
What the community is lacking is hope. You're talking about trying to instill hope into individuals who are living in a community or living in a situation where it's hopeless, where the men in our community are unemployed. The women in our community are underemployed. We're experiencing opportunities where they are flourishing in other parts of our city, which is a great city. But my only thing is this, Why can't it be a great city across the whole city? The violence, in my humble opinion, is all connected to the opportunity. But we don't have as much violence in the affluent communities. Why? Because they have resources that we don't have. Every individual community should have one place where all the kids could feel safe.
Do these communities have those places now?
You know, there are some places, but we have to understand that there are gang lines, and I'm just being honest. There are gang lines that some groups cannot go over. That's an unfortunate reality.
So the community centers on this side, a whole bunch of kids are never gonna have the opportunity to go over there because it's dangerous.
It's dangerous. I mean, unfortunately, we have that in our society.
But do you ever get tired or weary of the day-to-day gun violence, the bloodshed? Do you ever feel like no matter what you do, it's not enough?
You know, T, on the maps in our office, we have pointers where we can show you where the individuals got shot. But what we can't show you is the changing of someone's mind to go to school. Every now and then, we get that one youth that's gonna turn his life around. That's what keeps us going.
What's at stake in communities like this if we don't get it in order?
We pretty much know it's gonna be an everlasting loop of chaos. I mean, it's up to us, a community, as a collective, to come together and show them and mold their minds to what's the next best thing. But I think if people had more stuff to lose, they wouldn't be quick to retaliate. Yeah. You'd be like, okay, yeah, somebody did something to my people, but I'm gonna lose my job, my house, I'm gonna lose my girlfriend, I'm gonna lose my life if I retaliate.
Do we think we can come out of it? Yes, and one of the ways we can do it is not just get ourselves out of it, you get what I'm saying, it's also giving back.
If we all trying to get each other to rise above where we come from, instead of just being a product of our environment, then we might get somewhere.